Hi, it's Lucy, and today I'm here to do my January TBR. There's not a lot of intro for this video. These are just some of the books that I'm planning to read in January. It is once again split up in 3 sections. We have arcs, my random picks, which we'll talk about when I get to them, and some other books. January is going to be a busy month for me video-wise, so expect that. And I think that's it. First, let's talk about the arcs that I have. I have 3 that I want to talk to you guys about today. Bedazzled by Ryan LaSala. I should have read this by the time that you see this video, but we'll see what happens. I should mention that arcs are advanced readers copies, and I was given these books by publishers in exchange for an honest review. Just wanted to get that cleared and out of the way. This is described as Project Runway meets Comic-Con. We follow a boy who loves creating and has to work with his ex-boyfriend in order to compete in the biggest cosplay competition. So, hijinks and antics ensue. This comes out on January 5th. Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. This comes out on January 19th. I just talked about this in my anticipated releases list, and I do want to make it clear that that list is like most anticipated releases, but obviously if I have arcs of them, I'm also anticipating them, in case you're wondering why some of these books did not appear on that list. But this did appear on that list, so a better summaries than that. This is a historical fiction where we follow a Chinese-American girl in 1954 after she and her girlfriend discover a lesbian bar called the Telegraph Club. The Girls Ive Been By Tess Sharp. We follow the daughter of a con artist who targets criminal men. She is her mother's protege, but when her mom fell for the mark instead of conning him, Nora pulled the ultimate con: escape. For 5 years, Nora's been paying at normal, but she needs to dust off her con artist skills after her ex-boyfriend walks in on her with her new girlfriend, and they all happen to be friends, and he didn't know that she was her girlfriend, and they all 3 got caught up in a bank robbery, and these bank robbers will not know what hit them. Next, we have my random pick. This was originally based on something that Olive from Book Olive does, and I pick 3 books using a random number generator and sometimes your comments, although this month I didn't use your comments, and I probably won't for the next month because I'm doing it kind of weird for the next few months because of that goal that I have to read the books on my TBR, my own TBR, instead of just like nebulous books that I want to read on my Goodreads TBR. But I use a random number generator to pick books, and then I try to read at least one of the 3 books that I picked. So this month and future months, I have to figure it out. But for now, I'm probably just going to make a separate shelf on Goodreads for all the books that I own. Right now I have a shelf for the physical books that I own, but I want to include my ebooks. So I'm probably going to do that, and that'll be that. But I didn't really have time to do that for this video. So for this one, I just counted the number of books that I had with me because I also don't have my full physical TBR with me because I'm currently at my sister's house, in case you missed it. So I have like 7 or 8 books to choose from physically. So I did a random number generator for that, and then a random number generator for the number of books that I have on my Kindle that are unread, and then a random number generator because I also use Google Play Books to read books. I use it less now, but previously I used it a lot, and I still have a lot of books left over there. So I used another random number generator for that. And so I just picked one from each. The book on my Kindle that I randomly picked was Daughters of Henri by Rennie K. Amayo. This was on a TBR somewhat recently. I believe it was on my September or October TBR, maybe even my November TBR, I'm not sure. But the bare bones synopsis of this is that we follow 2 girls in a West African inspired fantasy who turned out to be gods, and they have to like defeat someone. That's kind of it. I kind of forgot the synopsis. I'm sorry. The book on my physical TBR I picked was We Are Never Meeting in Real Life by Samantha Irby. This has also appeared on many TBRs because I do want to read it. This is a kind of, I think, comedy memoir, just collection of essays, and it's supposed to be really funny. And I do want to read it, even though it keeps showing up on TBRs. But I do want to read it. And lastly, the book from Google Play Books that I have is The Young Elites by Marie Lu. This is like a dystopian fantasy, I don't know. But basically, in this society world, there was a deadly illness that swept through her nation. I really did not think this through. I don't know if I'm going to read this. And most of the people who were infected died, but some children who were infected and survived ended up with like scars and stuff, and also gifts. And so those kids ended up being called the Young Elites, and we follow 3 of those people, I think, or 3 characters in this world. And yeah, we see how they come to be because they are kind of persecuted, and like other people are trying to stop the Young Elites or something, or maybe get rid of them. I'm not 100% sure. Clearly, I was not 100% sure because I just found out that it was about a deadly illness, which I don't want to read pandemic books. It's not really about a pandemic because it already happened, but I don't know if I want to read that. Even if they do end up with superpowers, a lot of people died. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but yes. Okay, so those are my random picks. I'm going to try and read one of them. Probably not the Young Elites, it turns out. We'll see, but yes. And lastly, I'm just going to talk about the book club that I'm going to be participating in. If you watched my 2021 goals, you will know that I want to take part in a book club every month. I mentioned in my anticipated releases video that I'm looking forward to Rule of Wolves and that I kind of want to do a reread of the entire Grisha Trilogy, Grishaverse books. And Margaret from The Word Nerd commented that she will be participating in a read-along for it. I was just planning to do reading vlogs, which I am planning to do reading vlogs for them. I'm not sure how they'll be separated out. I'll probably do one for the Grisha Trilogy, one for the Six of Crows duology. It depends how long they end up. We'll see. I will be participating in the Ravkan Historical Society read-along. It's over on Discord. If you also want to join, I'll have the info linked down below. It's being hosted by a bunch of people, like 5 or 6 people. And yeah, I'll have the info in the description box. So in January, I will be reading Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, and Ruin and Rising, and I do plan on vlogging it. I'm announcing it here. Normally I don't announce the reading vlogs I plan to do for specific books because sometimes I don't do them, or sometimes take me a long time to do them, but here I am. I did want to let you guys know in case you also wanted to join, and I'm probably going to change towards the end. They're reading it, looking forward to the Netflix show, which honestly I forgot about. But this is also really good timing because the Netflix show is supposedly coming out in April and Rule of Wolves comes out at the end of March. So this is great timing for a publisher. Good for them. But yes, so those are all the books that I'm planning to read in January. This TBR feels short, but I listed technically 9 books. Even if I only read one of the random picks, that's still 7 books, which seems par for the course for me, so we'll see what happens. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up in the comments down below. Let me know, what do you plan on reading in January? One book, your entire TBR, doesn't matter to me. Leave a, what emoji should we do? Leave a cat emoji in the comments down below because Tucker's sitting over there. And if you don't have access to emojis, just leave the word cat. It's fine. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make more videos where I talk about books. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post a video. And follow me on my social media. I have Twitter, Goodreads, and Instagram. All of that will be linked in the description box down below. Lots of things are linked in the description box of every video. You should check that out sometimes. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!